you can see it terminates here. Okay, remember, right? So we started, we assigned 1 to OVR, then we go to the next one. Next one, IVAR, we assign 1. So IVAR is this variable, right? So this becomes 1. Then you go to next line. Now this is the inner loop condition check. We did the outer loop condition check, true, we came into the outer loop, it's the looping part, and then we did this, and then we are going into the inner loop. Inner loop, IVAR less or equal to OVR. Yes, IVAR less or equal. Equal is there, no? So when you say less or equal, whether it is less or whether it is equal, it is true. This condition will be true. So in this case, both are 1, so the condition is true. So if the condition is true, what happens? It goes into the loop. So when it comes into the loop, it prints the IVAR. IVAR is 1. So 1 will be displayed, right? Then you go to the next line in the inner loop. We are in the inner loop now, so we are here. Now this one says increase IVR plus IVR. So IVR equals IVR plus 1. So currently IVR is 1. 1 plus 1 will be 2. So 2 right back to IVR. Okay, so this goes off and this becomes 2. Now we are in the last point of the inner loop. So you go back to the check condition of the inner loop, right? From the last point of the inner loop, you go back. Only way you come out of the inner loop is when this condition is false. From here only you can come out. You cannot go out of here into the next one directly like this. Okay, always once you come to this point, you have to go get back to the condition and check. If the condition is false, then you come out to the next line. But if the condition is true, in this case, let's see, IVR less or equal to OVR. OVR is 1, this is 2. Now it's false. First time it was true, that's why we went in and we displayed this one. We incremented IVR, now IVR is 2. So now we go back and check here. This condition is false. So if the condition is false, what do? You come to this one, this line. This is the outer loops part. So here what happens? OVAR is incremented by 1. OVR is currently 1. 1 plus 1, 2. You write back into OVR. So OVR becomes 2. So again, outer loops last line, and you go back to the outer loops condition check here, right? So OVR, is it less than 4? Yes, this is 2, so it is less. So you go into the outer loops area, this part. Since this is true at this point, OVR less than 4, OVR is 2, so less than 4. So you go to the next line. Assign IVAR with 1. So currently IVR is 2. When you assign 1 onto that, 2 will go off and it will become 1. Then you go to the next line and check this condition. Is IVR less or equal to OVR? Yes. IVR is 1, OVR is 2. So IVR is less. So this condition is true. So you go to the next line. So show IVAR. IVAR is currently 1. Again, show 1. 1 will be shown here, right? Then you go to the next line. Increment IVR by 1. Currently IVR is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 you write back into IVR. So this goes off and it becomes 2, right? So we are in the last line of the inner loop, and then you go back to the condition checking of the loop. Is it true? IVR less or equal to OVR? Yes, OVR is 2, IVR is 2. So it's equal. So equal also means true. So because it is true, again it will go into the loop. Show IVR. IVR is now 2. So 2 comes here. And then you go to the next line. IVR plus 1. IVR is 2 plus 1 is 3. You write back to that. So it becomes 3. Now you again go back to the condition check. Is IVAR, which is 3, less or equal to OVR? OVR is 2. Less or equal? No. IVR is higher than that. So now this condition is false. So again, you come out of this inner loop to the outer loop, which happens to be this line. So you come here, right? So this says increment OVR by 1. So this will become 3 because it was 2. 2 plus 1, 3. Write back 3. And we are in the last line of the outer loop. So again, you go back to the outer loop checking. Okay. Again, you can't come out of the outer loop from here. Always you go back to the checking. If the checking is false, only you come out to the line after that. Okay. So in this case, now we are here. We are checking. Is OVR less than 4? Yes, it's 3. True. So you go into the loop again. So you come here. Now this one says assign 1 to IVR. So IVR is currently 3. we are assigning 1, so 3 goes off and it becomes 1, right? Then you go to the next line and you are in the inner loop. IVR less or equal to OVR, OVR is 3, IVR is 1, yes, less or equal, so less, true. So again you go into the loop, inner loop, show IVR, IVR is now 1, okay, so this is shown. Then you go to the next line, increment IVR by 1, IVR is currently 1, so add 1 to that and write it back, so it becomes 2. Then we are in the last line of the inner loop, so again you go back to the beginning of the inner loop, okay, check, is this IVR less or equal, yes, IVR is 2, OVR is 3, so it's less or equal, true, so you go again to the show IVR, IVR is now 2, so when you say show IVR, 2 is going to come here. Then you go to the next line which says increment IVR by 1, IVR plus 1, IVR is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, right back to IVR, so IVR becomes 3. Then we are in the last line of the inner loop, so again you go back to the loop checking, we are here, is IVR less or equal, yes, it's equal, this is 3, this is 3, IVR is equal to 3, so equal also, less or equals means whether it is less or equal, both condition it is true. So in this case they are equal and therefore they are true. So because these two, again you go into this, right? So show IVR, IVR is now 3, so 3 is shown. And then you go to the next line which says increment IVR by 1, so IVR is currently 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, right? So you cut this off and it becomes 4. So we are in the last line of the inner loop, so again you go back to the beginning of the inner loop to check the condition, is IVR less or equal, no, this time OVR is 3, IVR is 4, so 4 means it's higher, right? It's not less or equal, no. So now the condition is false, so you come out of the loop to the next line which is this line, the inner loop's outer point is this one, right? It ends here, no? So we are here, we come here, now increment OVR plus 1, OVR is 3, 3 plus 1 is, it becomes 4, right? So now we are in the last line of the outer loop. Now you go back to the, after doing this, you go back to the beginning of this outer loop here. Is OVR less than 4? No, it's equal to, right? It's not less, no. So this condition is false. What happens when the condition is false? When the condition is false, you come out of the outer loop to the outside. Outside is the end. And that's how you end up the dry running. And just look at the pattern of this number just to give you some idea. See, that is 1, we printed 1, then we next round we printed 1 and 2, next round we printed 1, 2 and 3, and if we extend this then we can print 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This basically, this flow charts goes in a pattern like that. Whether we want that output or not is not the thing that I'm trying to explain here. I'm just trying to explain to you how to dry run a nested loop. Okay, so go through this. Whenever you have some doubt, just follow through this dry run and see how the inner loops work. Okay, so thank you very much. That brings us to the end of the loop while. Next session we will go through the loop until, and I will also explain the difference between these two, loop while and the loop until. Okay, thank you very much.